Hi, I'm Durant Kreider, and my wife and I have adopted 6 children from Colombia. And we're just very, very grateful for what God has done in increasing the influence and discipleship of our family through adopting and opening our home and our lives to the children that God has brought us. And I think one of the greatest things that I could say about adopting is that if you have a heart for discipleship and for discipling people, that when you bring children into your home, you're actually bringing people into your home that you can disciple at a whole nother level than you can anywhere else. And that also means with it that there's a tremendous commitment to that, because you can't send them back, and you have a commitment to them that's for their whole life. It's not just for a few years, and it doesn't go away, but that's called parenting. And so you're inviting the world, you're inviting people who may not have or may have been through challenges, you're inviting them into your life to share life with them and to bring life, to bring the abundant life of heaven. And it's one of the greatest rewards and one of the greatest challenges that you'll ever do. I think if I had any advice for somebody who's contemplating adoption, it would be that love is a choice, and you don't get to choose your kids when you have biological children, and that loving someone else's children for me was a big thing, and I had a really hard time with that for years. And when the Lord said that it was time for my wife and I to adopt, He also gave me the grace. He gave us the grace to be able to do that. And it was amazing to see that when we chose to love these children that He had brought to us, that we were able to move beyond our own thoughts of just, is this going to be something that we can do? No, we couldn't do it. It was obvious that we couldn't do it. I don't think any parent can raise any child by themselves. It has to be the grace of God. And so if I were to say anything, I would say God gives you the grace to do what He calls you to do. And if that's adoption, then wow, receive the grace. So Mary Bennett was a huge part in our story of adoption, and my wife and I had gone for many years to the Sunshine Children's Center, and we knew Mary and we knew the children, and we loved the children that God had given her. And when it came time for us to adopt, we felt like we had not only a great resource for the things that we would need to do, but the person who was going to help us to do it, and really our inspiration. And so when we hit those challenges that we obviously hit as parents, and all parents hit, whether it's biological children or adopted children, there are many challenges. And I would remember calling Mary and saying, "Mary, is this normal?" And I'll never forget her words, and she said, "No, it's not normal, but it's very common." And just hearing her say those words and knowing that she had been through some of the very same things that we had been through just gave me that, okay, we can go on, and no child should have to experience some of the things that our children experienced, but it's again the grace of God that allows us to move forward. So just very, very thankful for Mary and her impartation to us. God wants to use us as redeeming voices, redeeming hands, and hearts that are just so overflowing with love, His love, that the brokenness is then turned into a mosaic, and it's turned into a beautiful story of redemption. It's turned into something that can be used to help other people who don't have the hope of heaven. And having that discipleship opportunity right in your home, sometimes 24 hours a day, and at the times when it's not convenient, but it's always necessary. And that's one of the greatest hopes that I see as I watch my children grow and become mature adults, giving their lives to the Lord and helping other people through challenges and difficulties. It's very rewarding to see the grace of God flowing in children who would not have maybe had another chance, or would have had a very difficult opportunity in life.